Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bello and today, as you can see, it's a sit down episode, chit chat, Q&A, but I have a special guest today. Her name is Siphosethu Ditibane. Say hi to my subscribers.
Hello family, how you guys doing?
She is, I'm actually going to link it down below. She's got her own YouTube channel with her husband, Makoti. They call themselves Happily Ever Ditibane. So she's going to be actually helping me answer, as you guys can see from the title of the video, how it's like or life as a young Makoti. So let's get straight into it. First question. Cool. So we asked these questions on both of our Instagram pages, and people really asked us some interesting questions. So we're just gonna try to go through some of them.
Yep.
So the first question is, how did you guys meet? How did you meet?
It was through a mutual friend. So, his friend at the time was dating someone that was a friend of mine.
Okay.
And then it was a mutual friend, and then he shot his shot via DM.
He slid in the DM.
How did you guys meet?
Goodman and I met on Tinder.
You guys are a Tinder love story.
Yes, Johnny. These things happen. These things happen. Second question. Of all advantages of being married young, which one is your favorite? I think for me, it is being or having more time with your person rather than someone that's been married in their 40s or started getting married around in their 40s or 30s. Us getting married in our 20s, we've got more time together with our partner. So some people could say no, you can just date. And I think it's not really the same. What do you think?
I don't think it's the same. For me, I think it's like building together.
Yeah.
And I hate using that word because in Kumbu's Bob the Builder. I hate using that word, but it's like building together.
Yeah.
Going from like varsity or wherever, you get like good jobs, and then you guys
starting from scratch.
You start from scratch, and you see the progress. Like you're born about this one time you were like in this small apartment,
exactly,
and then now it's bigger as it goes. Like that's my favorite thing.
I agree. My whole thing is having to look back where you come from with your person. I'm not a fan of getting someone that's already established. I'm not a fan of that because it gets a bit complicated. I don't know, for me I'm just like, I like the fact that I like the fact that I can say I was here before all of this. You know,
it's very nice to actually look back and see
and start with your person.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the one thing that you love now that you never thought would be a thing?
In marriage.
In marriage. So what do you like now that you're married that you never used to think you'd ever be into?
I think for us it's groove.
Really? You weren't into groove before?
We weren't. It's like a very new thing.
Yeah,
it is.
Guys, one thing about Sipho can turn all the way up. Jonga,
it's a new thing.
Jonga, life of the party.
I know.
And her man.
I know I've always been the life of the party, like in family functions.
Yes.
But like going out and groove, that's a very recent thing. I think it's like been a couple of months.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I never thought that
we are actually
gonna enjoy
just let go
that.
Love
so that's what it is for me and for you.
I just think it's home decor. I never thought I'd be a person who'd be like into like house things.
Really?
I promise you. Like my mom and my sister will always be the one, maybe like we're still living in Bloem at the time. Since up at Joburg, they'll be the one that we go to the China malls or like house stuff. And I'm just like, this is boring. This is so boring. Now,
Look at you now,
oh my
girl.
gosh, that's all I'm thinking about. This curtain, paint, don't. So that's the only thing for me I thought is like new. That's very recent. Okay, so what's the most disappointing thing that has happened in your marriage and how did you work through it? I think I'll start. Getting married, you expect a lot of things, right? So there's this huge there's this huge fantasy that you have before you get married, and then when you get in here, you are faced with the reality that's a bit sometimes far-fetched from what you always thought. And when you think about it as well, Goodman probably has this perfect image of a wife and how his life was supposed to go, and I'm probably far from it. So having to like kill that fantasy of living in a white picket fence or living this perfect life, it's really sometimes it does get real, I'm not going to lie, but it is important to realize that life carries on. I think that's the only biggest disappointment for me. Like the first year was a huge adjustment for me because I thought getting married, this is what's going to happen, and like half those things didn't happen, you know. So I think that's for me.
I think for me it was the adjustment of people, if that makes sense. Or rather, what was disappointing was, you know how when you get married, especially like abantu abadala, they always advise that you have other married friends.
Exactly.
And
oh my god,
like you have other married friends and zonke ezo zinto. So for me, I wouldn't really say, because I have like single friends that like I don't have a problem with, and I've never had a problem with. But I felt like I went into marriage believing that married people were the ones that were just going to make me this better person and this better wife, and I was disappointed to find out those were the worst guys.
I think we spoke about that. I think being married young, you find out that you are the first one in your group of friends to get married. So by virtue of that, you're gonna have a bunch of single people as friends, and not single, sometimes they're in relationship but not married. And you, same for me as well. I was taught, Kore, you must let go of your single friends, and I also thought to myself, but why? You know? But there is method to that madness. I've actually seen it. So let's go back to the next question. Does part of the relationship have to change once you're married or not? If yes, like what? I'm trying to think. For me, I'm just trying to think now. It's important to have a different level of respect for your husband. He's no longer your boyfriend. He's no longer just someone that you're vibing with. This is a life partner, and by virtue of that, you are going to address him differently. You're going to treat him differently, and you're going to have to consider him. So from that aspect, I think that's where the change comes in. But I think other than that, like a short story from my side, when I got married, I almost subconsciously, I didn't even realize it, I changed. You know, I thought, yeah, okay, now I'm a wife, I have to have been doing mama, you know. I started acting different. I didn't even realize it, because now you are drilled from when your bridal shower, or by your mom or your sisters or your cousins or whatever. They're like, yeah, you like this is what you have to, this is how you have to treat your husband. And by virtue of that, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, I need to start afresh, right? Not realizing that you are completely losing the person that your husband fell in love with, you know. So
which defeats the purpose.
Which defeats the purpose, because those people aren't there. You are in the house with your husband, and you sit there. And I remember Goodman, he didn't vocalize it, but you could almost see him thinking, who's this old lady? I mean, like, you know, like, it's good, but I think I overdid it. I think I was over prepared.
I'm laughing at the fact I think for me it is like the commitment part of it.
Yes,
I think that
I like that.
I think that's something that like really does change, and I feel like that's, for me, that was the difference between getting married and being in a relationship. It's not about your whereabouts, it's just that thing you're about. It's respect, number one, and it's that thing you're about. If you are missing for hours, where are you? You know, where are you?
Sorry, where are you?
Like, where are you getting? So it's also a thing about the other person is gonna worry. Are you safe? Like, it's commitment. So I feel like for me that was the different thing. It's like
I like that.
The commitment.
I like that. The next question is, do you ever get asked when you're having a baby, and what's your response?
I think I stopped it. It was like a frequent thing, but then I vocalized how uncomfortable it makes me feel, and it has stopped.
I also still get it, but I think most people have caught on that you don't ask people such stupid questions. But they ask those sad individuals that carry on asking you, Bella, when are you having a baby? And I just turn around and feel sad for you. It is the most invasive question you can ask someone. You might as well just ask me how much I'm getting paid. Personally, for me, I'm not so matured.
I think you'll
get
used to it.
I'm ready to fight you. Come at me. Be ready.
I think
sorry guys, like I'm drinking alone water. Usipo, I offered her, do you still not want anything? So that's why I'm the only one drinking water. Agafuni. So the next question is, what's your take on the matter of submission as a girlfriend/wife to a loving partner? I like that question. Number one, you're not supposed to be submitting as a girlfriend. That's the one thing. And also, submitting to a loving partner is easy because love fuels submission. I'm not submitting to nonsense. I'm not submitting to the things that people are submitting to now. And I also feel, yes, I understand that submission is not conditional. You don't submit when someone does something, but I honestly feel like there needs to be some sort of fuel from your husband in order to submit properly to him. So you find people submitting after hectic abuse, after some sort of violent behavior, after the most horrific experience, and someone treats you so badly, and you still expected to submit. That for me, I'm not the type, I'm not the begazelling type, I'm not the type to sit here and sit through nonsense.
I don't know guys, there's no topic that like confuses. I still don't have it together.
Yeah.
Submission, I just don't get
You're not
it.
submissive?
I don't think I am. I've never been the person that submits. You can ask your mom, my mom about it.
Why
like
not?
My personality just does not. What is submission?
I was about to ask that. Which part do you feel that confuses you?
I also just don't get, like, I don't get submission unless I am submitting, but I can't tell that I am, because maybe our relationship makes it like seem like I'm not, but I am. I don't know if you get me.
I don't get you.
Okay, how do you submit to your husband?
I submit under his authority and in his vision and leadership.
Which is, can you give me an example?
Goodman, for example, says, below in this house, these are the values. I buy the house, you furnish it, or I need you to support me in A, B, and C. I need you at a certain point to stop working when we have kids. Sabawel. And I'm like, okay, when the time comes now, I have kids, and then I carry on working. That for me is not submission, because he had asked me to do it. Something as petty as having dinner ready whenever it's needed, and I purposely say, oh no, but why don't you do it? Like, I just think it's how you think of your person, it's how you treat him, and it's also in the reverence that you have towards him. And the Bible says it quite clearly, but you submit to your husband as you do to God. It's not saying men do tikawako, but you're not submitting to your husband. So your husband is this person, but behind him you see God. So you are submitting to God via your husband. That's how I understand it. So in my role as a wife, for me to be able to worship God kakuhle, I need to treat my husband right. By virtue of that, I'm doing right by God. That's how I understand it. So that's my view on leadership. So if I don't do my part as a wife, if I disrespect my husband, if I don't have sex regular with my husband, if I don't do things that I need to, I'm disrespecting God, because that's what's expected from me. Just like he's expected to love me as Christ loves the church. You know, that's why I'm saying the question says to a loving husband. It's a give and take.
Okay, yeah, I think guys, on that, I've never been the person that, like, my personality is very different, and I think I've come to a point where I'm not like even ashamed of it.
What do you mean?
About what?
Submission.
That's not even a conversation that we have regularly, because I feel like even in the example that you had, it would be a thing of, but okay, I'm buying the house, you furnish it. For me, maybe that's what I'm saying, maybe I am submitting sometimes subconsciously, because it's a thing of, I know that he consults me in all the decisions that we make them together, because that's not a thing whereby it's like kind of an instruction by it. It's a thing of, okay, I do this part, you do the other part.
Yeah.
So I think I am submitting, but
and it's also important when I see Sipho, because someone watching this will be like, what the hell's going on in Sipho's house? But it works for her house.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have to now take us into that happened in Belon Guzman's house and go back and say, oh no, but we're not submitting properly. You know, you're going to be frustrated because works for Wenonokatleho, and by no means do you have to now copy and paste someone else's thing. You will be completely frustrated. Don't even go that. Don't even. Me and this guy are very different. Music, style, vision, etc. Can we still make it work?
Yeah.
Why?
You can. I feel like the moment I feel like the moment you have to ask this question, you already know that you probably can't make it work. That's
I agree.
my thing.
I think you shouldn't have to work too hard. Yeah, you shouldn't have to work too hard. And also, Yamana, you say you have different things. You're gonna be you the one that's gonna be you're gonna be expecting, or you're gonna be subconsciously changing your music style or whatever these things that she listed, because men have standards.
Oh, they are self-care.
Jonga, men have standards. He's gonna feel like, Sissy, I do this is what I like, whether you're in and out. When not because you are unsure of yourself, you're probably desperate and wanted to get married, you're like, no, it's fine, this is what I like as well. Uzoba frustrated.
I feel like the moment you have to ask that question,
Sissy, self-care, love yourself. So who between you and husband, who says I love you more often?
I think they say it equally. We even do it like subconsciously. Those like in the morning, love you, bye. I think we say it equally.
No, I say it more.
Why? Are you more emotional?
I am. I'm very. I need to be assured. So I say it because I want to say it. I want to hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why then I'm also saying, but is it not? Okay, I don't know. Is it not equal? Because obviously, like, he's gonna say I love you.
Who says it first? The most. Who says it first? The most. Yeah.
I think it's Katlego.
Guys. This poor man.
I think it's Katlego. I think about me. I don't know.
Definitely.
I think it's Katlego.
I'm actually thinking about today only. It's definitely me. Same. Who can't keep a secret?
I think it's me.
You can't keep a secret. Yo, Tase, Diakowa.
I think it's me. Can I can't. I'm gonna, guys. You can't. I don't want, like, okay, if it's something confidential.
Are my secrets safe with you?
They are.
Okay.
But
I'm not so sure.
But not with him.
Oh, I'm clever.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Ay.
Guys, really, like, yo, I'm so sorry, like, and unless it's like highly confidential.
And Katleho's friends with Goodman. Can you imagine the trauma?
But yeah, Nike, if Goodman tells him something,
he's gonna tell you.
No, he won't. He won't.
Sometimes that's a king.
He won't.
John Katleho's got standards.
I'm not nazo, guys, when it comes to him, like, he's my. But unless it's like highly confidential, then I would never. Actually, like, I think I've grown. Now that I think about, because there's like a secret that I am keeping that is working, like a friend's secret that I've, like, they didn't even have to tell me to keep the secret. It's just that, like that's what I'm saying, if it's highly confidential, and if I know it's something, if it would cause distraction, I would never.
Yeah.
You know? But I am the one that is most likely to spill.
Well,
yes, more than him.
Goodman can't keep a secret. He can't plan surprises. He gets
Yo,
so excited.
I can't keep a secret now.
He gets so excited.
Now I get excited. Like, I want you to open. You know, I've been planning my husband's birthday.
Oh my gosh, no, Goodman can't keep a secret. I remember, no, I can definitely keep a secret. But what's weird is, let's say I'm keeping something from him, but obviously nothing bad. Like maybe a friend would tell me something, and then he'd find out. He'd be like, "You would never believe." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." He'd be like, "Why did you tell me?" Then he'll be like, "Why did you tell me?" I'm like, "But it's a secret." I know, but it's me. I'm like, "But it's still a secret." It's different with my best friend. Who is more likely to want kids first between you and your husband?
I thought that it was him first, but now I think it's me. We've swapped.
Okay. How many kids do you want?
I want 2.
2.
Actually, I want 1. 2 is only a sacrifice because I know, like, I don't think I wouldn't want to give my child a sibling.
Siblings are important.
And siblings are important. I have siblings, and I wouldn't have, like, gone through life without my sisters. So I want to give my child that experience. That is the only reason I am having a second child. That's the only reason.
I see.
I'm telling you, I believe that 1 child is enough. For me, like, honestly, like, I just don't see myself being a mother of more than 1 child.
My poor children, they don't have an aunt in you.
Like, no, they don't. I'm so sorry.
For me, it's the honesty for me.
So we've swapped. I know, like, in the beginning it was him, like he had baby fever, and I was not.
Apparently you change when there's a child already there. Apparently, no, Goodman definitely wants kids more than I do.
Really?
Definitely.
We've swapped. No, I think sometimes I'm like, oh, something like, oh. He's no.
But you guys, kids are expensive now. Hey, winner.
Please don't.
But thank you so much, Chomi. I appreciate you coming to my channel. It's my first collab. Please, guys, follow her and her husband's channel. I'm going to link it down below in the comments. Their channel is Happily Ever Ditibane. Follow them. They have amazing content. They really do love their best life. Follow them on Instagram, Sipho_Ditibane and Kateho_Ditibane. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.